principle, the Pancasila, the five guiding principles of our national life.
Hi guys, we are from Group 8. We will discuss about the urgency of education in the era of globalization with me, Trifena Mone.
I'm Adina Virginia Seju. I'm Fiona Juwita Hange.
And I, Carmelina Putatibo. Let's start.
Background Pancasila at the crossroads of the times. We are currently living in an era which the world feels increasingly smaller. The phenomenon known as globalization has transformed the way we work, communicate, and even perceive ourselves. Globalization is not merely about free trade or advance in internet technology. Rather, it is powerful however, that carries knowledge, cultures, and ideologies from various parts of the world into our private space without any filter. On one hand, it offers extraordinary convenience. On the other hand, it poses a serious risk in the form of mental colonization or the erosion of the national identity. History records that a national collapse not because of a lack of natural resource, but because it loses its guiding principles or ideology. Without Pancasila education, or the younger generation risks becoming foreigners in their own homeland. They may be fluent in French language and keep up with global trends, yet strongly to understand Esther ethics, mutual comparison, and tolerance, which are the soul of the Indonesian Pancasila education is not intended to hinder progress. It's the serves as an answer so that no matter how strong the winds of globalization blow, the great ships challenge Indonesia will not be swept away by the current and cast into the rock of division. We need a moral compass capable of responding to the challenge of the times without burning or noble culture roads.
So the next is the function of Pancasila education in the era of globalization. Pancasila education has a highly complex strategic function in maintaining national sovereignty in the digital and physical space. The first is Pancasila as a static table and guiding star. Pancasila serves as a solid, unchanging foundation, yet still able to provide direction for the dynamic development of the times. The second is ideological filter. Act as a filter against inappropriate ideologies such as radicalism, extreme liberalism, and individualism, which can damage the social fabric of the nation's society. Well, next is national identity buffer, ensuring that even as young Indonesians become global citizens, they retain their distinctive character. Religion yet tolerant, civilized, prioritizing deliberation and socially minded. The next is national integration. Amidst the flood of information that often triggers polarization and conflict on social media, Pancasila serves as an unifying tool that reminds us of our shared destiny and purpose as one nation. The last one is ethical basis of science, ensuring that the progress of science and technology in the era of globalization remains guided by human and divine values so that technology is used to build, not to destroy.
Challenges and obstacles. The global world brings very specific challenges that we often do not realize are present. Post-truth and hoax phenomena. The globalization of information makes it difficult to distinguish truth from lies. This often triggers conflict that threatens national unity. Third principle, cultural erosion and hedonism. The influx of consumptive and luxurious lifestyles from abroad has made happiness miserable only in material terms eroding the values of simplicity and social awareness. Digital individualism. Technology, which should bring people closer together, often drifts them apart. People are more concerned with interaction in the virtual world than with working together with their neighbors in the real world. Moral authority crisis. Many global public figures who do not align with Pancasila values have become idols, causing a shift in moral standards among Generation Z and Alpha. Exploitation of Sierra issues. Globalization allows foreign interests to entrap sensitive issues to divide national sovereignty through social media.
Strategic solution and concrete step. To face these challenges, we can no longer rely on old methods. Creative and adaptive solutions are required. Reactualization of digital content. Packaging Pancasila education in engaging forms such as short videos, games, podcasts, and other creative content to make it relevant to the stage of the younger generation. Value-based digital literacy. Incorporating Pancasila values into the digital literacy curriculum. Every individual must be aware that your name is your tiger and reflect your character. Project-based education, action-based learning. Students and university learners are directly involved in communities to solve real problems using the principle of mutual cooperation rather than merely memorizing theories and classrooms. Strengthening the role of family and community, making the smallest environment a laboratory for practicing Pancasila, where tolerance and compassion are taught completely through role modeling. Character-based global collaboration, engaging with the international community while carrying the mission of introducing Indonesian novel values, so that we are not only consumers of culture but also producers of values.
It's me again, and I will give the conclusion of our discussion. Keep the flame of Pancasila burning. In closing, we must recognize that Pancasila education is not a subject of the past, but rather a science of the future. Globalization is inevitability that we cannot avoid, but we have full control of how we respond to it. Pancasila is a legacy of genius of our nation founders, designed to be a home for all groups, an ideology that can thrive amidst advice in artificial intelligence or AI technology, and also the hustle and bustle of social media. Indonesia's future is not determined by the sophistication of the technology we import, but by the strength of character of its people. If we allow Pancasila to fade, we are destroying the foundation of our own home. Therefore, let us make Pancasila not merely a road for exam, but a way of life. Be broad-minded global citizen whose feet reach far beyond national borders, yet whose hearts remain firmly rooted in Indonesia. Let us prove to the world that being modern does not have to mean losing our identity, and being great does not have to mean forgetting our humanity. So that's all for this discussion. See you
See you
next
next
time.
time. Bye.